All right, we're here. Billy Mitchell, video game player of the century, with our favorite subject. It started years ago and it was always a big hit. So now we're bringing it back. It's Hate Mail with Billy Mitchell. Some of these emails I've seen before. Some of the voicemails I've heard before. Some are actually new to me. All right, this one comes from Joseph. It was to our attorney back in 2022. First of all, the subject line of your contact for validates as if it were a phone number. Let the sand blank you hired to make this shitty WordPress site fix that. Anyway, what kind of would take on Billy Mitchell as a client to harass a YouTuber? I hope both of you get to death by a pack of... this email was sent from somebody's workplace, if you can imagine that. It was sent immediately after Carl Jobs launched his GoFundMe. You send it from your workplace? This could actually get your employer sued, and I'm the wrong guy to attempt that with. All right, this one is to the attorney also. It's from Rick, August 2021. The subject line is "F you." That about explains everything. It says, "F piece of shit being paid to threaten innocent people. Every single person working there should be in prison." My question for Rick is, who do you actually think is innocent? Okay, another email to the attorney. Boy, our attorney's tough. He takes a real beating. Message body. It says, "Are you even real lawyers? How can you be so idiotic to the point that you side with Billy Mitchell? Blank is a leading authority on media law and defamation specialist with more than 40 years experience in pursuing and defending defamation claims." 40 years and you are that gullible. I might say you are not that gullible. You are immoral, corrupt. You should be ashamed of yourself, you small simpleton. You should be ashamed of yourself. Says the guy with too much time, no hobbies, and no life. But this is what we face. Okay, this one's interesting because I know for sure who this is from. Sometimes I read it and sometimes I'm choppy or I'm stuttering because I'm trying to follow word for word and the graphics aren't so good. But this message was around 2012, my lucky guess. "William Mitchell Jr. is a friend of mine, and I cannot tell you how much pain I am personally because you want to pretend. Blank and I are not gonna stop with blank till the world knows what you did with Billy. It's gonna come to an end and you're gonna get spit on. You may ask why. Lying and using people cannot be tolerated in a community of friends. You can pretend and justify your actions, but I can tell you you are wrong. You should be very afraid. I am a person who can think. I am not like everyone in American culture. I can think. I am coming for you and Billy. Watch what God's gonna do and be amazed. Billy and his nominal Catholicism does not stand a chance. Unbeknownst to you, I was called as a true prophet, and you are only a stepping stone to face the corrupt culture that serve idols. Let the games begin. Ha 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 ha. You better pray to your idols to save you, but the demonic has no jurisdiction. So you better prepare to meet the Lord Jesus Christ. You and your pagan bullshit is going to be found wanting. May the grace of God and the love of the Spirit and the mercy of the Son be blessed upon your soul. Blank, who had a just cause against you. He's more likely to be called a true mentally ill person than he is a prophet or theologian. All these things that he professes to be. This is one of the original crybabies. This one's from Aaron at 7:10 a.m. What a way to start your day. He probably had his morning Joe, and then he sent me this very brief email. "Steve is the real Kong champ, you bitch." That's it. Steve is the real Kong champ, you bitch. See, bitch. Says Aaron, channeling his inner Cardi B over email. Wow, Aaron, I hope you have a nice day. I don't really know what to say. This one's from Matt Adams. Now this goes back to 2009. This was at 3:18 in the afternoon, so maybe a midday break. The subject is, Billy Mitchell seems to be a grade A certified douchebag. Is this something you can confirm? Confirm? I don't know if I can confirm it. There would be some people who would agree with you. Boy, nobody's gonna smoke anything past you. You got all the answers. This one's a long one. I gotta sit down for this. It actually starts off okay. It's nearly midnight, and the subject line is, love your sauce. Ha 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 ha. Talk about living in an alternate universe. Whom do you think you're hoodwinking? You have integrity. You be successful. You have a trophy wife. Your act is transparent. Maybe. That garbage personality act works out in Hollywood, Florida. The rectum of Florida. Florida itself, the rectum of the US. But anywhere in the rest of the US where people can read and write, you're a tourist target. Have you insulated yourself to the point where you think that act flies? You were a great player in 1982, end of story. For you to care about defending this bullshit to the point that you're hiding out when Steve comes to town is beyond pathetic. Successful? Your restaurants are a mecca of wood paneling and sporks. I don't care if you're a billionaire. The money isn't buying you a better haircut. I have a new flavor for your sauce that you can dedicate to the Mitchell family. Pink sock bonanza. What the hell is that? Did you call that woman a trophy wife? Where do I even begin, Billy? You know the difference between normal tits and fatty ones? I imagine you think she's a trophy wife because she wears low-cut shirts, which show off her lard mounds. Her face is a mess, and she follows her husband into arcades like it's normal at 50 years of age. If she has any pride in being in this mecca with a champion, that's the definition of the opposite of a trophy wife. A trophy wife is hot, not fat, and tells her husband brutal truths, such as his hair looks crazy, his wardrobe needs 25 years of updating, and his interest blows diseased cow's penis. You clearly come from a long lineage of hillbillies. You clearly come from a long lineage of hillbillies as illustrated by your parents and your hair, and while I understand that you're trying to change your sordid heritage for future generations by marrying your cleaning lady, it's just not enough. You are the definition of a just like we can still count on the sun rising and setting every day, and by I mean that you are a coward. This much I am certain of. While I am hypnotizing, he spelled it wrong. While I am hypothesizing that you are gay, I cannot verify that at this time. I'd be happy to sponsor a testicle fondling contest at Twin Galaxies, which I will videotape and send to Guinness, spelled Guinness wrong. If you like, I am sure you will be the champion of said contest. This would complement your unofficial titles. You're gonna be a further joke if the feature comes out. I hope you're reading this as you blow dry your hair. Why don't you go vote for Palin or something? Dummy. Mike, you won't be verifying anything at this time or any other time, believe me. By the way, the cleaning lady, she has a doctoral degree, unlike you. He doesn't like my parents, he insults them, he attacks them. I guess he doesn't like hillbillies. I don't know. Hey, Mike. So hate mail doesn't always come by mail. It doesn't always come by email. Sometimes it comes by voicemail. They couldn't find me, so they called the attorney and left it on his voicemail.
Punch yourself in the face right now, and then punch yourself in the face again. Then go find Billy Mitchell and punch him in the face. You people are worthless scum. You.
I think maybe he's upset with us.